Hello, have I got visitors? Are there people? Are there people at a little lodge? Well, I mean, there are no good nights out and nice nights out when you're living in a little lodge. I'm afraid. Thank you for the lodge praise, though. I'm lodge proud. I'm lodge proud and I'm lodge loud. Thank you so much for. No, I'm sitting quite low. I'm sitting in my little nook. The lodge has a lot of space into it, but unfortunately, a lot of it is mildew. I am kneeling. I'm actually looking at a little mole. A mole came in very early this morning, and it had been taken over by a kind of fungus. And unfortunately, I couldn't do anything for it, so I've laid it on a little cast iron kind of Shinto plinth. And I was thinking about lighting some incense, but then I've noticed it's time for the stream, so it really is time to crack in, crack on, and eventually crack off. Crack on, crack off. Such is life. And I hope one way we can get a deeper insight into life is through the mystery of art. Come on in. Hello. It's just me today, me in the lodge, me, these other lads, and yourselves. Have you updated the donate command? Yes, I must have done that. Yes, I must have. Egg is working. And is the welcome bear working? Let me say hello to myself. Look at that. Thank you so much for triggering the welcome bear, Sean Moore. I love seeing new faces in the chat, and I love seeing this community go from strength to strength. Martijn, the glass is a cup. Glas in Dutch? Op in Netherlands? Dit is een glas? Is that right? I need to start learning. I'm going to try and learn more. Ik heb den leren nodig. Dank u wel. Today we are going to be art. Some people have made something called Occupy White Walls. I think it has been around for at least 3 or 4 years. Now, it had a larger release. It went on Steam. It has the ability for you to upload your own artwork, which unfortunately costs. They've changed it at some point, but it's around $8 a pop. So I don't think we're going to go wild with that element of it, at least straight away, unless we like it. Thank you, Martijn. Yeah, and when Jambud was living in Vienna, I had the opposite problem where I thought I'd pitch in and learn a bit of German, but because I had picked up enough Dutch, I mean, alleen genoeg voor winkelaren en bussen? But can you say genoeg voor like enough for, genoeg voor winkelaren, enough for shopkeepers? Oh no, yeah, winkelaar. Never mind. This isn't a Dutch stream. This is an art stream. So one thing we can do. And winkelaren is shopkeepers, right? A winkelaar is someone who runs a shop. Is that right? Everything I know, I've not been done much active studying. It's all half remembered stuff. Winkelaren. Okay. I don't know either of those words. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And video for... What's the thing? Dinken. And video for Dinken. Thank you for a Dinken video. Is Dink think? I don't know anything. Let's get off this, otherwise I'll end up in a Netherlands hole. Now that's a good dink hole. Okay, so what you do get in Occupy White Walls is some credits, and you get to go around other people's art galleries and you can buy their art using some credits you get on Start, and you can build a gallery out of that. And so I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to see if this is fun. We're going to see if it's a laugh. And if we are laughing, if we're all holding our clenched tummies tightly with white knuckle feverish joy, then I'll declare this a laugh. And we'll think about how it could be useful to us. I think this comes with an epilepsy warning. So I'm going to pop an epilepsy warning into the heading. Additionally, I'm going to pop myself in the art hole on Discord. ! Discord leaves any lurkers with an avenue to enter the Discord. And if anyone with access to the Discord wants to come in and talk about art, talk about an image, talk about something they've seen that left an impact on them, you are welcome to. This is the world of art. It is a world of ambient experience, reflection, and hopefully a searing insight into the human condition. But possibly not. It could be shitty, shitty, pseudo-profound. It could be loads of like boomer art about a million. Oh God, Parcel! Thank you so much, Dominic Cummings. I'm so glad. So glad we have someone with their heads switched on, with their heads switched on, full of glue. I received this care of Jambud, and it says safe for stream. Is that what it says? Safe to stream. And then it says Sean Moore, The Lodge, middle of nowhere, the nearest Starbucks. And that's me. That describes my situation. So I thought, let's all find out together. Please don't be a bomb. Do you remember Anthrax? That's a bit of a throwback now. Do you remember Anthrax, when we were all talking about Anthrax all the time? You couldn't send any white powders back then. You had to get your flour from the shop. Someone said, oh, can I have some flour? And they lived over 100 miles away. So sorry, mate, you've got to get your own. Anthrax season. Okay, it's got a bit of weight to it. So I'm thinking maybe some slate. There could be some slate. It could be a novelty. What do you call it? Coaster. Could be a novelty coaster. Or it could be some slate. Okay, ready? Oh, no, there's a note. Dear friend Sean Moore, sorry to hear about the destruction of your flat and all its contents. Hope you are enjoying your middle of nowhere home more than I got the chance to. Hope you can find it in your heart to forgive and forget like I did and enjoy this housewarming gift. Though I hope it's not warming in the explosive or climate emergency sense. Ha 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 ha. 2 exclamation marks. Hang on in there and stay away from any barrels of Moose juice, or it could say mouse juice. Mouse juice. Your friend, coconut, in brackets, CC. This is from Coconut. I haven't heard from Coconut in such a long time. I have to say my instincts were spot on. I have to say my instincts for just weighing something in my palm and having a guess are as sharp as ever. It is quite delightfully an F coaster, but on a green background. So that's quite exciting. That's very, very nice. It really looks like I'm just holding the letter F float. It's like a hologram. Now that's great. That's just wonderful. At the moment, I do have an old mug with my face on it. Unfortunately, it only really can be seen very well if it's hot, and there's nothing in it at the moment, so I drank all my tea. But you can just about see my face there. My mouth is open, and I'm eating banana. That's very good. I'll peel this off and get my empty mug on it straight away. In fact, Jambird, if you do fancy a cuppa of anything, I wouldn't mind chucking my mug in the rotation for a bit of brew, just so I can give my new coaster a test run. Still not put a floor in that hovel yet. Sharbel, can you not call my house a hovel, please? Not when you contributed. Sorry, Sharbel, but do I see your name here? Sorry, Sharbel, but isn't your name up here? Oh, there it is. There it is, right there. So maybe that's something to have a think about before you start calling my house a hovel, okay? My friend Coconut, who I definitely didn't treat very nicely. There is no forgiveness music. I did not think I would need any. Yes, Sharbel, but I'm not even talking about the Fs right now. I'm talking about you turning up. You've barely said hello. Oh, this is Amphion Angelicus, a piece of celebration worship music by John Blow, composed at some point in the 1600s. I think that deserved to be enemy. Who does? I'm not happy that I'm on that list. I'm me. You'd think I'd be predisposed to let me off the hook, but you'd be wrong. Alright, now is not a time to relitigate old disasters. Maybe there'll be some forgiveness on the cards if people help me make a wonderful gallery. Now, I do not 100% know my way around this place. I have a gallery, but it is empty. I also have not practiced learning how to make it. So once we see what's possible, we'll get some thoughts percolating. My understanding is that you buy real artwork using the credits you've got. We've got about 4,000 credits. A piece of art costs 250 credits, so we can get a chunk of art. We can display them in our gallery, and then if people like it, they can leave real comments on it. And they might give us some money for it to put in their gallery. And so we might be able to, if we make a good enough gallery, we can afford more art to make a better gallery. So we are going to be doing some art capitalism. Is it like NFTs? I actually don't know this place's policy on NFTs. That would have been useful. If we see NFTs, we can just be aggro towards it. Thank you, Jambird. There's a cuppa coming. Anyway, the place is a bit of a fixer-upper. What have we got so far? We've got our step ladder, very useful. We've got an old-timey till. We've got some masks. I don't want to heat those. Ooh, use. E to use. That's a door. E to use the door. What are you going to consume from your Sainsbury's order, Killian? Some paints? Okay, and then there's this massive inventory of, like, stuff. I'm sorry that home is worse than the place they've put in this game as your official starting dump. Okay, Sharble, you're just not sounding very sympathetic every time you say anything. Do I have to pay for this? Okay, you have to pay for everything. You have to pay for everything. Okay, so to buy nice things to make your gallery look nicer, it's also credits. If you look in the very top right, we see our current credits. So I think maybe we should get some art in first. And then when we work out what the vibe is, then we will... Do you know, I think art, if we're a gallery, art takes centre stage. And then the interior decorations should meet the art, right? So maybe the first thing to do is to go and visit other people's galleries, see what's possible, get some ideas. But before that, if people have any ideas of what we should be trying to create, what kind of art, what kind of prompts. If you were a Brian Eno style... I can't remember, what were those cards called? Those prompt cards that Brian Eno used. If we're one of those, what would yours be? Oh wow, it gives a complexity gauge for your gallery to say, like, is this gallery going to crunch people's GPUs? Oblique strategies, yeah. Cow hell. Yeah, Catbot? Is anyone here think art's bad and we should get rid of it? I just want to know if there's any anti-art sentiment in the mix. What was the thing I wanted to do? Daisy is P. Okay, so what they do have, right, that they have designed this algorithm that they think is like it's a recommendations algorithm but for art. So if you find some, because this initially started with a large compendium of public art or art that they somehow swipe, so, you know, like whatever, I don't want to say legitimate art or whatever, I don't know the, you know what I mean. Art that was done in the 1700s with someone with paints rather than art that was done last week by someone who's making an elk that's got Elon Musk's body, you know. This art. There's a way for me to change my avatar. Social? Write my status here. Loving living. Don't get... What rhymes with living and... Loving living? Maybe let's end with Ving. Don't get... wrecked. Okay, I couldn't think of anything. Edit bio. I love to live. I love to life. Het spijt me. Inventory? Avatars. Do I buy it? These are all free. Okay. So you can be any of these guys. I don't have any strong opinions. Maybe we could be a criminal. We could be a criminal. Yeah, sorry, I'm a bilingual streamer now. Gotta get with it. Sumimasen. Oh, I've got a reception. Oh, this is the reception to my art gallery. Type your comment here. Have nice. Okay, so I think you can leave comments in the people's galleries. So I think maybe the thing to do is to go teleport to a gallery, start buying some art. So, what do we want? Okay, so some of these might be crunchy. Now, I've got a decent GPU and computer, but I don't think this game's massively optimized. The couple that I went on were a bit crunchy. We've got Gateway to the Night Sky. We've got Bridge of the Gods, which someone lists as an asset test. We've got Body Without Organs. Ooh, Artaud. Is it Artaud? Artaud? Shrew will know this. Artaud, Artaud? Deleuze? Deleuze is Deleuze, right? It's a very simple one. Body Without Organs. I feel that that in itself is a reference to this, but I don't read post-structuralism. I don't know this stuff. Artaud. Is Artaud Theatre of Cruelty? Is that him? Nudie Branch Towers, that's a Pokemon, I think. I think that's a Pokemon. I think that's one of Plem's faves. Dragerna? A small harbour on the side of a mountain hill. Thank you very much. The T is here. Nudie Branch is in the real world. Oh, I'm thinking of something else then. Must be a Pokemon that's like a slightly misspelling of that. There I am. This was from a Glang show in maybe ages ago, maybe 2015. No, 2016. Ages ago. I was a child then. And now I'm a big. Now I'm a big. Now I'm so big. I'm so big and old. There's open-minded with no description, and it's by open-minded. Gateway to Cylons. El Siglo XX, my in quotes normal gallery, a loving tribute to Le Corbusier and the immortal conception of innovation. Wow, people are really going for it. This is bloody art. This is an art game. RWTGRA, that's just someone's testing something out because it's just got the default gallery, I think. Pease Sculpture Park, a peaceful sculpture park and gallery space. A sculpture park. 9 o'clock Friday. Does anyone want any of these? Glang was underground. Glang was a little thing. How do you make the art? Well, I don't know how it works for sculptures. I'm actually surprised to find out they're sculptures. I think you just upload a very high quality image, but you have to pay, right? So like they want a real high res thing that you can prove is yours and so on. There's like loads of limitations of what they want. Their policy around nudity is very complex. Like it can't be pornographic, but you can include nudity. We've got to watch out for that because Twitch's is not complex. It's just you aren't allowed to depict any. And it can't be memes unless you like own and can provably own every aspect of the image. It's interesting. You would prefer a proof of concept. Okay, let's go. You're the first person to say anything about where we should go. Oh, it's a Lewis Wayne collection. Are we any Lewis Wayne fans in? And by Lewis Wayne, I literally just mean the Cats, right? No, is anyone a fan of Lewis Wayne outside of the Cats? He's just the Cats guy, isn't he? You expressed an opinion by mistake. Sharbel, can you explain what you mean? What does that mean? That sounds like a line from Withnell and I. There's other people. These can't be real. Hang on, this is playing music. Hang on, this is playing music. Probably should disable that. I don't know. Probably. At the very least, should turn it down loads. Keep everything else as high as it wants to be. those people didn't seem real to me. I think they might be echoes to show how popular it is or something. Like this person, I'm not getting a real person vibe from Jeff. But I mean, there were no people wandering my gallery. Look, Takashi's. Yeah, they're definitely not real because their pathing is ludicrous. Okay, so let's look at a piece of art and think about life. Okay, so on the very left you can see other people's comments. Davco, if you see the right-wing symbols in AF Clint, then you must see Hitler in your cereal and Franco waiting for you under a toilet lid. Get a life. Ah, I see. I can see why someone would see a geometric cross with other bits coming off it and maybe... Yeah, Davco's saying some swastika vibes. I have to say I don't think so. Oh, is this Klimt? Yes, artist Hilma af Klint. Clint. Oh, Clint. I know Klimt. I'm a Klimt guy, but I'm not a Clint guy. Yes, so there are real arts made by real... Well, made by users, and then there's also this massive repository. So this is from 1915. Someone sent a comment. Could be geese. Okay, well, should we put that in? This looks like geese to me. I'll pop that in. And then I'll put a smiley face. I think if you're not sure about what you're saying, just put a smiley face in. There we go, geese. If you look on the top left, maybe I can... Shall I try and smash the UI scaling up? That's always the streamer's best friend. Horrible for me. Horrible for me for all the text to be absolutely massive in my face. But I do it out of love. I do it out of love for you guys. Nah, they've not thought of that. Well, have they? No, they haven't. Once again, if anyone feels like coming in and talking about some art, you are on the art stream. The Discord voice chat is open. The art hole is available. Who have we got? Ah, this is a Clint. Clint. Kind Blown said in the 13th of February 2020, just immediately fell for this painting. Power and balance of love. Droktan said on the 25th of January, February, March, April, May. On the 25th of May 2020, the heart and the colours make it attractive. However, just 4 days later, Jay Brooker said, vagina. Obvious. Next. Corbleborp said, a prism. And Crunchy just said, love. And quite recently, on the 16th of July this year, Bunny420 said, we will find each other again and again till the end of time. To me, I'm going to say this looks like geese. And then a smiley face so people know that I mean well. And it does a bit. If you imagine the goose is very close. I have to say, this Clint character, gorgeous. This is gorgeous. On the 5th of December 2019, Turtle Water Bear said, a diagram for the continuity of our future. And I can sort of see that. I think we're here. That's just right there. At the nexus of possibility. Yeah, I see that. Makes sense. Coherent thought, I think. Caramel on the 2nd of May 2020 said, "It seems to say that all shapes are transformable." P. Bayliss said, "The less I look at this, the better. It is fantastic." That's the best comment I've ever read. The less I look at this, the better. It is fantastic. Oh, I think a real person is here. Hang on, I think a genuine, bona fide person is here. I got a little... Look, this person's real. Can I talk to you? Can I interact with you in literally any way? Imperfect Blue is online. You can see some people online. Nudie Branch is online right now. I think this is actually pretty cool. This is a free... I don't know if I call it a game. It's an online art gallery. The less I look at this, the better. Honestly, that's made the whole trip worth it for me. Really? Hang on. Yes. I guess I won't dox their other username. Dark Side of the Moon 2. That is an awful reply. I call it the chocolate starfish. Which, on the 17th of December 2019, just said Hilma and then trailed off with 3 ellipses. Looks like geese to me. Theosophist. What's that then? Is that deep arcane theological lore? This is not. I have to say, actually, I am quite literally in my first gallery, and I've now been introduced to Hilma af Klint. Where's Hilma from then? What country's Hilma representing? Swedish. Thunder Old Man, what's wrong with you? My gallery's on the way up. Running a gallery like this, you've got nowhere to go. You know, it's already... It looks like geese to me! Just abstract shapes. I get nothing from this. Can't work it out, puzzled face. I'm amused. Even this has a slight goose vibe. There's a bit of goose here. Oh! And a sneaky snake. Oh, and a guy. Look, there's a guy sneaking. Ah, I love art now. I love art. I thought this would be some kind of ironic laugh, but I'm sincerely loving art. Is that a telephone? On the top left? Would you like me to read from a book about Hilma for you? Yeah, I'd love to. Do you have a specific... I wouldn't mind hearing more about theosophistry.
Hello?
Hello.
Ah, you can hear me. Hello there.
Hello.
So, coincidentally, on the shelf to the left of me, I have a book called Notes and Methods about Hilma af Klint.
Mm-hmm.
The first page I opened it to included the original picture you saw, the 5 geese in a circle one. So, yeah, it's.
Were they really geese? Sorry, were they really geese?
No, I'm describing it as that for ease, but I don't think they're intended as such. There is.
Like geese.
It's a the book I've got is it's a collection of sketchbook works. So they don't have individual titles or any kind of description. It's just one of a number of hundreds of different sketchbook pieces that Hilma produced. So there's nothing in this book to be able to help us determine what her intent was.
I see. So it's
But if you-
mostly a visual record.
Well, it's like it's a sketchbook, so it's kind of little kind of diagrams and kind of variants of ideas that she's had. So sometimes there'll be like 5 or 6 pages in a row where she's doing essentially the same geometry, but in different colorways with slight variations. There's lots of kind of circles with like petal shapes. There's I've just found the second one that you had. Again, it's odd that these pieces are being displayed in the way they are in this gallery. These are not finished kind of 6-foot square wall pieces. These are things from, like an A5 notebook that they've, taken images of and blown up to wall size.
That's interesting, though. Do you think this is nevertheless their more well-known work, or is this person potentially just zoomed in on this as a?
It's identical to the image from the sketchbook, and there's like around it. There's ones where the in inverted commas geese are on the diagonal. There's a small colorway to the right of the geese which has been cropped out, which has a kind of quadrisected heart in various colors. So it's like little color studies, little thumbnails of potential
This
ideas.
feels like one of them as well.
Yeah, that would be, absolutely.
This looks like it's actually quite small, but
Yeah,
scanned
yeah.
in very good fidelity.
Oh yeah, God, yeah. I mean, this kind of stuff gets very well archived, sketchbook work. So yeah, I'm just flipping through it now. I'm seeing if I can find any. No, I mean, aside from like if there are pieces of Swedish text on the page which have been translated, there aren't any titles or descriptions of what the work is meant to be. In inverted commas, meant to be. If art can ever be truly meant to be anything. Oh yeah, I've just found that one that you just saw, the kind of the blue and yellow one. I think they may have found an ebook of this book that I've got in front of me.
Well, so what I believe is...
Oh yeah, and there's the one with the I'm fine. Every single piece that you have looked at, I have now located in the book that I've got in front of me.
Well, I think that makes sense.
Okay, so
some of these probably must...
I can tell you what books these are from. These are from the Blue Books, as they are called. They are a catalogue meticulously and beautifully assembled by Hilma af Klint of the paintings she considered to be her most important body of work.
Oh wow!
In these 10 books, she organises the paintings for the temple, that's a title of a series, into a sequence of discrete series, preserving both the images and the progression of the work, together with a summation of the spiritual knowledge that she devoted her life to understanding and she wished to preserve intact for generations to come. It's not known when af Klint began working on the Blue Books, but it was most likely after 1917. For much of the time she was painting these, af Klint was working either in her studio in Stockholm or at her family's summer home. The women who shared her studio complained that she took up too much room, and the building she used at her family's home was habitable only in the summer. There are 193 works that make up this series.
I have a very foundational question to ask about.
Yeah.
Klint.
Yeah.
So to place this person in art history in the broadest strokes, because this is outside of my wheelhouse, is this person operating in a specific movement or genre or style that has a name?
The piece that I was calling up to read as context was from the introduction of this book. So here we go. At the turn of the century, Swedish artist Hilma af Klint, 1862 to 1944, created a body of work that left visible reality behind, exploring the radical possibilities of abstraction years before Vasily Kandinsky, Casimir Malevich, František Kupka or Pete Mondrian, acknowledged fathers of 20th century abstraction. From 1882 to 1887, af Klint studied at the Royal Swedish Academy of Fine Arts in Stockholm, where she was part of the first generation of female students to study alongside male colleagues. Up until the beginning of the 20th century, she primarily painted naturalistic portraits, landscapes, and detailed nature studies. Her accurate and systematic observation of nature followed in the tradition of the Swedish botanist Carl von Linné. Works from this period reflect a young artist who meticulously observed the world around her. But, like many of her contemporaries, af Klint was also interested in the invisible relationships that shape our world. Around the turn of the 20th century, sweeping scientific discoveries forever changed the common understanding of matter and space. Heinrich Hertz had proved the existence of electromagnetic waves that spread in a manner and at a speed similar to light waves. In 1886, he succeeded in transmitting these waves from a sender to a receiver. His discoveries formed the basis for wireless technology and later for radio. X-rays, discovered by Wilhelm Röntgen in 1895, made it possible to see structures that lie under the surface of the visible world. So fundamentally, it's a kind of it's not that she's part of a defined movement. She's doing work that is engaged with the scientific developments of the time.
But I see a tendency to say that she was doing the kind of abstraction that Kandinsky would later come along and do another variant on.
I would imagine that those guys mentioned at the start were probably in their early artistic experimental phase at a similar time to her. So it may not be that they ripped her off. It might be that they're just part of the same zeitgeist, I suppose.
Yeah, I think some ideas just have a time, and different people might.
I think that's why. That's why it contextualizes it in terms of scientific discoveries, because that means that's in the cultural water at the time. It goes on to this theosophical
and this looks like
thing
science.
now.
This feels a lot like science.
Oh yeah.
This isn't someone who's interested in a flower. This is someone who's interested in a planet and a what looks like a
graph.
solar array.
Someone who likes a little bit of graphs.
Yeah, graphs. Graphs precede arrays. Really nice.
So, af Klint devoted her life and her work to an exploration of an invisible realm. She strongly believed in a spiritual dimension and became a part of the growing movement of forward-thinking members of Swedish society who were interested in spiritual investigation. She joined the Theosophical Society in 1889, the same year it was established in Sweden, and she later spent many years... I'm just kind of speed reading through this. So there was in this group there was a proportionally high number of women. If there was little room for advancement for women in the art world of her time, the theosophical world was one in large part founded and run by women. I think it's kind of vaguely contemporaneous. Are you aware of the kind of spiritualist church in America?
Not really, no.
So there's Jamie Loftus has recently done a very good podcast called Ghost Church about spiritualism in America. And again, it's something where women not being able to establish careers of their own looked for ways that they could become independent wage earners. And so they found that, there was an opportunity to do seances and kind of spiritual communications. And you could establish yourself as a spiritual medium, and so there was a lot of women in the Fox sisters were some of the early founders of the spiritualist church, and in a lot of cases, it's in the same way that af Klint is joining the Theosophical movement because women are more permitted, and it has allowed her to express herself. I think the same is true of spiritualism in America to an extent, and that's again a kind of late 19th century kind of vibe.
Yeah, I've had variants on that, in different, all manner of cultures and societies. Women found a kind of political power through a kind of they could become figureheads of however spiritualism was structurally ingrained in society, whether it was through spirit healing or clairvoyance or dream interpretation.
I suppose it's that kind of famous for 15 people thing, the Momus maxim that if you can find the subset of the world where people will like listen to what you're saying or will look at what you're doing, then you're gonna be able to. So it's like choosing your route of least resistance, because there is so much resistance as a non-white man person. It does make reference later in this introduction. It says that there have been attempts to classify Af Klimt as part of a kind of art brut or outsider art thing, but they go against that by saying that no, she's not an outsider artist. She's a trained artist who left the traditional sphere of art and went outside of what was expected of an artist of the time, so that she could explore a kind of a spiritual motivation, and also get some appreciation outside of the stuffy male-dominated art world, I guess.
Yeah, I think if you've been trained through any institutional means, I think that excludes that kind of categorization. I think we've had a good look at all the paintings here. I believe upstairs is a different artist and a different era altogether.
Okay, in which case I will leave you, unless you go to another arts gallery where I've got a book that can make me sound clever.
Certainly. I think it would be nice to try and encourage a kind of revolving door scheme per gallery.
Absolument. Pleasure doing business with you, and I encourage all of our watchers to look into the work of Hilma af Klint. She's pretty darn good. Good night.
Good night. Okay,
Sorry,
Hello.
Am I in the art hall?
You are in the art hall. Can I check if... It seems like your levels are coming through all right.
Cool. I was just going to drop a little... First of all, good evening. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for popping on.
It's nice to talk to you. I've not spoken for a while. I just wanted to kind of clarify a little bit on the theosophy.
Okay, can I pause you before we do? I want to just get over a couple of practical things.
Of course.
One of which, I want to get into a different gallery and also make some decisions towards what our gallery is going to be. So the first decision I want to say is, are we going to pop a... will we have a Klimt? Yeah. Nay. Other. Please specify. Because I think if we visit a gallery and we have a nice time, we should think seriously, do we want some of this to be in our gallery? Because I would like some work to be done towards building a collection. This is my favourite, by far. I've had a big think, and this is the one I like the most. It is so colourful, but it is so geometric. It's incredibly serious, and it makes you think about being in a cult. And my second favourite is this one, which makes me think about water, sewers and stuff, and how there might be a lovely atom down in the sewers, and we'll never know because we don't go down there. And now, while we're running that poll, please hit me with both barrels on theosophistry.
It's I guess I was just kind of looking to expand a bit on what Josie was saying about comparisons with the sort of American spiritual churches. It's kind of weird because it's not an incorrect assumption, like statement, but it's kind of a little bit beyond the sort of the finding a niche in society type thing that was the spiritualists were more interested in. The Theosophists were kind of, I mean, they did kind of tamper with the spiritual side of things and seances and stuff, but it has this really weird kind of central core that was defined by Theosophy. It's such a hard thing to say, Theosophy.
Yes.
It's got too
I
many
found it consistently difficult.
soft sounds in it, but it was founded by I think Russian lady called Madame Helena Blavatsky, who wrote these gigantic like doorstops of books called I've got one of them downstairs, but I don't remember. It's like the ancient teachings or something kind of like that, and it's basically they've got this kind of central belief that there are ancient masters who I think they all lived in Tibet, but they're like hundreds and hundreds of years old, so they're not strictly like Buddhist masters or anything. They're just these ancient learned men who exist and have existed for hundreds and hundreds. I think it's hundreds of years rather than thousands, but it's a long time since I kind of dug into this stuff. And it's just it's one of those quite interesting like melting pots of which it happened quite a lot, I guess, in the early. I mean, I think Theosophy was founded in the mid-18s. But it's a kind of weird melting pot of just like there's some Buddhism in there and there's some Hindu stuff in there and there's a lot of nature. This is, I guess, like early pagan stuff as well, and it's all just kind of mushed together in this weird.
Do you have any like central tenets to share?
It's just kind of as I understood it, it's just kind of like everything's harmonically connected. Theosophy went on to kind of influence as well a lot of their like Western esoteric practices, so stuff like the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn and the other one that's kind of similar to that I forget. It's kind of about accessing the divine wisdom, I suppose, like the outsideness of some superior consciousnesses. It's very awkward. Like I've read a bunch of stuff about it and I don't really understand it beyond it's an interesting thing. I think
this sounds like it's just another flavour of Western European esotericism, a belief in the connection of all things via either energy or vibrations, a belief in something greater than mundane human consciousness, and a kind of piecemeal drawing upon Tibetan mysticism. I think those three things have ended up in a lot of different kinds of esoterica, and this was another one. Sounds like I can get my head around that.
As Red Coats points out in chat as well, it's got some pretty as almost everything of the late Victorian age. It's got definite like kind of reeks in certain directions of quite. I don't want to say strictly eugenic sort of directions, but definitely it suffers from the sort of colonialism that a lot of these types of religions or
let me guess, once you
organisations
start
have.
conceiving of something greater than normal humanness, or at least an awareness or a consciousness that's greater than, you start thinking maybe there can be some kind of elite club that's part of the
yeah.
progression of humanity. One of the things that I think is very strongly proto-eugenicist is the idea that there's some kind of grand teleology to the human race, and that you and your lot have worked it out and are therefore a little bit further along the natural course of human evolution than other people. I don't know if it's directly connected, but like, you aware of something called like the coming race, and like these these like sci-fi books about what greater humans might exist, which obviously, like, you know, just downstream of that is full on Nazism.
I mean, the other sort of flag is that Theosophism is classed as a direct sort of influence, or possibly parallel. They might have been kind of run into each other, of like Rudolf Steiner, who's got some fairly
The schools
unpalatable.
guy, right?
Yeah,
I actually don't know much
but
about him. I know a lot of second
I
and
knew a
third
few
hand
kids that I knew a few people at art school that were like Steiner kids, so they'd been brought up second and third sort of
Yeah.
generation, and they were kind of cool. And I did art school misbehavior things with them, but it was
I've known
there was
some
always
artists that are like, oh, when I mean artists, I mean like art style performers who have had a relationship with comedy rather than comedians who are not normally inducted into any artistic movement, who were a bit Steiner, but I've never really understood what it is. I'm going to run a quick poll over what painting we should buy.
Sure.
I think we should limit ourselves to once, because I don't want to spend I don't want to spend this amount of time in each gallery, because this will take ages. I want to define 4 paintings that are my favourites. This one I'm calling Worship the Sun. This one I'm calling There Were 4 Geese That Used to Visit Us. This one is called Sewer Atom. And this one over here is called Worship the Moon. And they're my favourites, and I want to get one of these. And I want to ask people which one. Which one then? Worship the Sun. There Were 4 Geese. Sewer Atom. Or Worship the Moon.
I'm a
But quick,
strong. I
1
mean,
minute.
they're all excellent, but I'm strongly in the favourite at the moment of Sewer Atom,
Sewer
just because it's a
Atom.
cracker. But
These are my
But I love
actual
all of our work.
favourites, and I am torn between them. This one is, they're just different sides of the same mood. I think this is joyous, though. The other one's more contemplative. If I made a gallery, it would have to be dedicated to the joy of hot. I want my gallery to be beach body ready. Can you say the names again? Absolutely. This is Worship the Sun. This is There Were 4 Geese That Used to Visit Us. This is Sewer Atom. And on the far wall here is Worship the Moon. But don't worry too much about it. It's not too important. Okay, Hoomster's won. Worship the Moon? What a strange choice. It's nevertheless very good. Okay, we're going to buy our first painting. Looks like geese to me. And now we own it. Oh, actually, it costs 250 to buy a painting, and we have 40,000, not 4,000. So actually, we can go honk wild. We are not. Do you know what? I'm just going to buy the ones I like as well. Thank you for voting, but now I realise I'm absolutely fucking rich. So I'm going to buy my actual favourites. I'm going to buy Worship the Sun. Do you know what? I thought this was just a bit of fun, but actually I think this is actually a legitimately good idea. Like, this digital art gallery is actually very cool.
would you like, while you're wandering about me, to relay some just unusual stories from? I used to work in a contemporary art gallery, like a public one, and Yeah, I used to work front of house, so as a gallery assistant, but also as an installation technician. So um, it was always really interesting because I'd been at art school and stuff, and you always assume these places are, and particularly contemporary art exhibitions are, some sort of like reverend place where the artist has kind of descended on this space and constructed something profound and then left, and you kind of end up as the audience, you then go into that space and have the experience. But when I was doing installs, it was fascinating because it was just like the artist would often just turn up for like a couple of hours during the day, and the rest of the time it was a team of like 8 or 10 of us just building things and making things happen. And the amount of sort of hands-off artistry was absolutely amazing. And there was one visiting artist we had she'd been selected because the curator had seen a show of hers in New York, and she was like so hot right now, an up and coming sort of 20-year-old Asian American artist. So we just had to have her, and her show, it was basically a big room, and we had to go out and buy a bunch of basically buy trailer loads of stuff from the charity shops and junkyards and stuff, and then it just got strewn about all over the gallery by us. And then she would come in really stoned and like move some. She'd be like, "Oh, can we move that pile of broken bit of TV to the left a bit?" And you're like, "Yep, totally." And that exhibition, we actually ended up. She co-opted our sweeping brush. So at the end of a day, someone had left our own like workshop brush leaning against a TV, and she came in and she went, "Oh, I love that. Let's make it part of the show." So when it came to the time to take down the show, because it was obviously it was after having been just a load of shit we'd found in and around the town it was based in. Every single piece of it then had to get bubble wrapped and crated up to be shipped off to her next gallery, the next place she was installing it. So we basically, in the course of it being junk and then no longer junk, our own sweeping brush got sort of co-opted, and we had to wrap it up because it was now part and like ship it off to the next gallery because it was now part of a like hugely expensive work of art. Like her rooms full of shit had a value of like tens of thousands of pounds.
Who paid for the new brush?
Oh, that's the thing. It didn't come out of her budget.
That's fucked.
And she'd already been paid for it.
That's
and
fucked.
We were down a brush. So
that's fucked.
How does that work?
We need to get you a brush. Are you willing to say the artist's name?
No, it's fine. I mean,
we'll get you a brush.
The gallery is run by bastards anyway. So.
Oh yeah, fuck it. I don't need a brush.
And it was at least 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna duck out now and leave you to your gallerist thing.
Thank you for telling me about this broom crime.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Thank you very much for popping on. Please, can we get Brush Laub in the chat?
I've got the thing where I don't know how to get out of Discord now.
On the bottom left, if you're on a browser, It will be down there. This looks to be some micro exhibits of photographers. I only really know two artists here, and that's Art Tatum and Ella Fitzgerald. Art Tatum, love him. A good laugh. Others I don't know. I would like to know more about this xylophonist with no surname, Dardanelle. However, at present, I don't. This is a photo exhibit detailing Zimbabwean cultures and some of the risks that it is currently under, the existential risks of living in Africa. So you get a little bit of description. Young Queen Lizike is still finding her strength and placing her on the land despite her age. She's still the authority and a sense of who she was. I don't know, is she an actual queen? I'm not given quite enough context. This I like. This is a giraffe spirit. It describes it as a character, so maybe it is part of some kind of storytelling culture. I don't know. I feel like I need a lot more than what I'm given in flavor text to contextualize this. I also don't know much about the studio or the exhibit or why. Laub, no apologies. Laub, please write after me. Well, actually, what should you say? Something bombastic. Like... actually, I don't know. But something, you know, don't apologise. Oh no, hang on, you're going to start writing everything. Say something like, you fools just got told. Can you put that? Can you put that in all caps? You fools just got told some things by me, Saint Laub. Listen up, Saint Laub's here. Something like that. I'm Laub, shut the fuck up. Yeah, can you actually write in the chat, my name is Saint Laub, shut the fuck up. Something like that. There we go. There we go. Laub's just turned Super Saiyan. Ooh, zoetropes. I'm sure we're all zoetrope fans here. Okay. Careful for flashing images, but let's just try and get it going. Now, your job is to try and hang on a second. I wonder if I can use the scroll function. Hang on, can I actually zoetrope this? Okay, how would this work? The first thing we'd need to do is this. And then maybe the second thing we need to do is reduce this just to one little bit, like this. How did I just get rid of myself? Hang on. What? Where am I? Hang on. Where am I, thank you? I don't know what it is. I'm back. Yes, I've turned 2 scrolls up to maximum, but it's still not fast enough. Are we nearly there? Hang on. Hang on. Zoetrope incoming. Hang on. There she is. Just hang on. Zoetrope incoming. I think it's not... we just need to trick our eyes. We are getting there. We are getting there. Hang on. I think this might actually work. Zoetrope incoming. Yeah, she's standing up, sitting down. Zoetrope incoming, hang on. Is this doing it? Hang on. Zoetrope incoming. Yeah, we're getting there. We're 8 scrolls deep. Hang on. Zoetrope incoming. Is it working? Is it an epilepsy danger? Is it working? It feels like it's working a bit for me. Is it too fast now? Is this too much? Try the row above or below. Well, I'll try. Yeah, okay, I'll try. 1 second. Okay, so we'll try the above row. Unfortunately, there's some artist description on there that I can't get rid of. But just not accounting for that. There you go. I mean, I don't know. It's something, isn't it? I think I give up. I give up. We had a good go. I think we had a go. I don't think it's working out. Can you make the window narrower? Yeah, of course I can. Who do you think I am? I can make it absurdly narrow. Yeah, do you like that? Too narrow for you? Hey, too narrow for you, lager boy? What's the matter, lager boy? Afraid your eyes might be tricked into a persistence of I don't know how you describe what a zoetrope does. What's the matter, lager boy? Afraid a zoetrope's going to trick you into thinking there's a single moving image? Heh. Drink hobgoblin. Okay, let's try this. Thank you, Nightbot. Thank you for Jambud, who I think did that. I think, oh, we're on to a winner here. If Delboy was here, I think he'd say lovely jubbly, because we're going to be flogging to our eyes some knockoff movement. So just a little reference to Only Fools and Horses there. I feel like, hey guys, I feel like my eyes are falling through the bar, eh? Slower, do you think, or do you think faster? Do you know what? It's a lot easier to go faster than it is to go slower than it is to go faster. So we'll try faster first. Because I think with a zoetrope, we just keep making it faster until it's right, you know? Unless we've overshot. Do you know, I think still faster. I honestly think, the faster it gets, the better it gets. Oh my god, I'm right. As ever, I've been vindicated. We are literally almost there. However, I do think digitally we have maybe approaching a speed that no, this is too much. This is too much now, I think. I think maybe this is too much. I think I fucked it big time. I think now we've gone too far. This looks close. Yeah, I think if we keep going far enough, we'll go backwards. But we won't be able to tell because I think... For a second, it was magic. Did we overshoot? Did we overshoot, do you think? Like this? Do you think we're getting close with this? So do you think maybe here is the golden bit? Oh no, it's bad again. Oh, it's somewhere around here. It's somewhere around here. It's somewhere around here. We're getting there. She's dancing. She's dancing. It's somewhere around here. I feel like I'm tuning in a radio. This is amazing. Oh, too much, too much. Oh, it's hard. It's hard to work out what's correct. We're interfacing with a very early GIF. This was your great-grandparents' ICANN has cheeseburgers. I think that's as good as I can get it right now. But I might be able to do some finer tuning over here. Whoa! Never mind. Never mind. Hang on. What about if I do this? Might be some finer tuning available. I think that's as good as I'm going to get it. Unless... oh, fucking hell. What's going on? Why has it gone mad? I need to tune it in again. Let me just tune this in. What on earth? Yeah, this was your great Aunt Mildred's favourite. Does thou have cheeseburgers? Okay, I'm done. I'm done. No more scroll. No more scroll. We've had a mad laugh and I feel sick. Apologies to anyone who feels sick. If it's any consolation, I feel sick too. Okay, tell you what, I'm going to buy this one. I've got lovely memories of this. Oh, this one's a bit more expensive. Nevertheless, I'm a big spender. Get the zoetrope in. What do you think this is a skeleton of? Yeah, don't look at the description. Oh, it's still here. Don't look. Don't look. It's just, you can see now.
Friends, come quick. The horse has arrived.
Looks like the horse is here.
Oh, the horse is here.
Hark, the horse.
And now it's time for the...
Hello, Sean, it's me, the horse.
Thank you, the horse. Thank you for the horse. I don't want it. Only certain skeletons are good. The quality is really low on this zoetrope. Oh no, it's picked up. Oh, it's picked up. Do we want it? Do we want this? Do we want to do it again? I have it all set up. I have it literally all set up. It won't take us long this time. Trust me, I can do it this time. It's time for Birdie Fly. I've become fluent at OBS. It's not good. Okay, let me just tune it in. Okay, I'm not close enough to the right frequency. Adjusting band. Okay. I'm no closer to the correct frequency. I'm not close to the correct frequency. Tuning in. Nope, not round here. I think it's just going too fast. Let's just slow it down a lot. It's sort of getting there. I feel like we're getting something. Here. Do you feel it? It's flying. It's not. Nothing's happening. This sucks. We're getting somewhere. It's just not going at the right speed yet. Let me try. I give up. I tell you what, I give up. No more zoetropes. Your old man just doesn't know how. Close, but I don't understand what I'm doing. There's definitely a knack, but I don't understand enough of the theory of how. Because the way I'm emulating it is silly as well. What we got? What's happening? No, this guy. Is that on the bottom row? Is that pants off? This is porn. That's porn. That's Tom of Finland. No dogs. And what's the last one? Contemporary. This performance I've created about different issues. Perfect. It says more, but I didn't read it. this performance I've created for the city of Venice as a stage. Yeah, I don't want to be rude, but this stuff I don't like. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like this though. I like this. Do you know, I was invited, well, I never did it. I don't know if have I told you that I used to have a residency in an art gallery? I used to be a resident comedian. And one thing, we had loads of projects that never saw fruition. And one of them was, I was to run an auction for loads of old pieces of art, like a comedy art auction. And there was this one piece of art that I really wanted for myself. And it was just a woman who'd fallen asleep on a trolley. And I said, I'd buy that. That's nice. I want that for me. And the guy who like was the head of the gallery went, really? Why? This is in your gallery. This is called Walking Through Layers of Memory. And I don't know if they're blowing or whatever. They're disturbing some circles of flower? Nah. It won't be cocaine. West Street Arts, yeah. Oh, Phil, you were sort of in one of those, weren't you? You and Ethan, when you and Ethan were in a double act. And part of your bit was to say you weren't in a double act. This is some papyrus-like material. The description says it looks like dried skin. I don't know. This doesn't do it for me. I bought the Zoetrope because I thought that would be fun. Yeah, I can't remember either. Maybe you were in charge of the Word document. I think it was that one we tried to run. We tried to run a comedy show like it was a focus group. Louis Rain is here. Louis? Okay, we probably need to limit ourselves to one Wayne. Oh, if you're not familiar, Louis Wayne is an artist who did lots of different things, but they are kind of mostly known for... Well, I don't know how apocryphal this tale is. I'm sure people like Laub and Josie Hypatia can shed some light on this. I sort of think it's been mythologized and maybe exaggerated and is a bit apocryphal now. But the basic outlay of the tale is that they went mad and got sectioned, and while they were sectioned they just painted these psychedelic cats. And they're lovely. This way to the up-to-date year 1902. And it's been dated between 1886 and 1939. Now, I'm not an art historian, but I think this was painted probably at the end of 1901. But again, I'm not an art historian. I don't know. This is a naughty cat laughing at us, or maybe a butler cat. The artwork is called The Song That Reached My Heart. Now, can I just say, this is it. This is the stuff. This is fucking A. This is it. This is a strong contender. If we do get one, it might have to be that one. I want to make sure I've looked at all of them. I don't have any affection in my heart for this stuff. This absolute shit caricature cat line drawing. I've got nothing to say about this. The only thing I like is that they've got a little box of mice. But even that's not enough to save it for me. This is art. To me. Oh, I don't like it, but it is amazing. I don't like it, but it is amazing. I don't like it. I love it. The title of this painting is The Master of Cat College. It is winning me round. It is winning me round.
Concerned looking yellow cat, please. Concerned looking yellow cat, please.
Hello, Catboxman. Welcome to the art hole. Thank you very much for popping in.
Hello, friend.
On closer inspection, this cat is not concerned at all. It's deviously smug.
I don't trust this cat.
They have a little inkwell, a red book, could be a reference to Chairman Mao, perhaps, and some spectacles. So maybe they're in middle age.
Portrait of a literary orange cat. This cat is far too bourgeoisie to make it into our gallery. No, thank you. Next cat.
Yeah, sorry, this cat seemed like it could be all right. Thank you for coming along with some very forthright cat opinions. This cat's more on our emotional range.
Yes. Concerned yellow cat. Thank you.
That cat has seen not something outright scary, but something that the cat hasn't made their mind up about yet.
Maybe it's a plastic bag that's been left in a place that's not normally there. Maybe it's just a person that they've not seen before, and that this cat's freaking out a little bit, and I think that's quite relatable.
The lid of a biro that's just rolled a little bit and looks like an insect.
Maybe it's seen a cucumber and it's thinking for a second, ooh, could that be a snake?
Yeah. Maybe it's seen a cucumber and think, do I like? Is this good? Shall I taste?
I've yet to see a cat try a cucumber. That's not to say it couldn't happen.
Can you give me a little sound test? Can you just say the word cat?
Cat.
Yeah, I just need to bring it down just a little touch.
Cat.
Lovely. That's a good cat. Nevertheless, I think this might be... So all the things I liked about the blue cat have maybe been taken to their extreme in this cat. This cat is over the rainbow.
This cat is pure id. There is no ego or super ego in this cat. It is simply an emotional explosion.
Do you know how, like, thanks to like Disney's Aladdin, the idea of a genie is now Robin Williams' happy-go-lucky blue guy. But when you like learn what a djinn is, they're like just demonic fire beasts, and you're like, oh wow! So you contrast Robin Williams genie to the fire beast. This is the fire beast to the cat's Robin Williams.
I see. But do you not think that Robin Williams therefore took on some aspects of a fire beast in response to that? There was a sort of magical quality to Robin Williams off the back of being the genie. Does it go both ways, is what I'm saying? Have we redefined Robin Williams?
You're right, actually, yeah. There is a kind of fire beast to Robin Williams.
Because he started talking to Coco the gorilla. It's kind of magical.
That's true.
This cat, I think, has a secret. I think there's a secret to this cat that it's not sharing, and that's a very cat-like thing.
I can tell you what the secret to this cat is.
Well,
And
would it
it's-
not be mad at you if you shared?
Can't get me. Cat can't get me. I'm an adult. This cat is standing on its hind legs, and it's already been given away by Lewis in the title.
That's what it was. I couldn't put my finger on it.
Bipedal. A lot of them have been
Freaking out.
bipedal, though. In fact, I think most of them have been bipedal or implied bipedal. This is more of a sketchy one that I can get behind.
I don't know. I do like the expression on the little cat. This is the expression of someone that's been caught doing something they shouldn't, and they're happy about it.
They like being caught.
Being caught was part of the plan.
It was all part of it. Okay, we're back to Genie Town. Oh, hello. Get in. Back of the net. 100% yes.
10 out of 10.
Have you seen the
Then-
smaller cats? Can you look at the smaller cats?
I like the little Persian-looking ones and the white as well. There's a variety of cats in here.
And these
This-
ones at the bottom are really expressive and surprised. But the ones at the top are evil. They are evil, horrible cats.
No, little friends. Just little friends.
Not at all. The ones with the red outlines to their eyes, that's a bad sign. That's a red flag.
Red outline to eyes is a friend, potentially. You're mixing aesthetics with inherent values.
On the 22nd of October 2020, Phaser07 commented on this artwork. Wow, years before the internet.
Do you think Wayne was thinking about the internet?
Well, I think not just years before the internet, but potentially like 100 years before the internet.
What do you think Wayne would do if you showed Wayne some cat memes?
Post.
What do you-
He'd get posted.
He'd get posted immediately. He'd just
This
be
guy
like,
would
finally.
clean up on DeviantArt.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, there's some good stuff coming. Oh, I hate this one. I'm actually familiar with this one, and I hate it. This is bad Wayne to me.
Yes, all of these cats should be in jail. Thank you.
In fact, that's all we have to say. Thank you,
Yeah.
goodbye.
Thank
And here's the
Thank
cat
you,
that's going
goodbye.
to put them in jail. Here's the cat that's going to send them down.
Thank
I
you,
hate
Your
it.
Honor.
I hate this. I think if they cleaned it up and like made the lines tighter, it could go in Phoenix Wright. But as it is, I don't see a place for this in our gallery.
Begone.
Okay, only fun ones now, and maybe then two that aren't fun. Oh, I've got some time for this. The lines are a lot bolder, the cats are a lot weirder, and the title is The Fire of the Mind.
The Jinn, the Ifrit,
The genie's
has
here.
returned. Robin Williams. I get a very big Magic the Gathering card vibe off of this, like early.
Yes.
It'd
It's a
be called
support
something
card or
like
something.
it'd be called Inflame, and it has like a temporary effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd
That'd be
be a
useless.
red deck card for your goblin cat. It would be like
Yeah.
what's one of the ones where you get some troops out early and they've all got haste? It'd be that kind of thing.
Red deck card, Goblin Cat. Red deck card, Goblin Cat.
This is a Hall of Famer. This is one of the top ones that always comes up when you search Wayne.
I didn't know who did this picture. This was my avatar on Steam for some years,
Right, it's him.
And-
Yeah.
and
It's-
it spoke to me so powerfully. I was like, yes, thank you.
In and out, bish bash. This is all
Wonderful.
Goash. Jambard does Goash art.
Bit gauche, innit?
Very nice. Very nice. Tomatoes in the chat, please. Nevertheless, because I've seen this one so much, and because it is
Ow.
the
Too mainstream.
well, I don't want to say
This
it
is
like that, but
normcore.
that is it. That is what I think. Why is it? Oh, this is shit. Just look at that. Just look at this guy. I just don't think it's even done very well. It's a bit too sketchy. It feels like
Police,
it should remain in the
policeman.
margins.
policeman, I've caught you at last. Boy, can't you read that notice? Keep off.
This is newspaper humour. This is rubbish.
I think
Oh,
both
here
these
we
cats should be in jail.
go. Here we go. This looks like a Final
Gentle.
Fantasy cover art.
Gentle, lovely. Yes.
When will my
Wow.
lover be back from the war?
I love
Oracle
the
of Truth
final.
doesn't like it. Oracle of Truth. I put to you, why? Why not this thing that is good? Why not like this thing? The cat's contemplative. It's weirding me out. The
What
eye
about
is
it-
so good. The eye is so wonderful.
What is weird about this cat to you, Oracle?
Not only is it brimming with emotion, but it's just very simple and effective in its depth, and it really outlines the cat. You can feel where the little tufts are. You can feel which bits will be the softest. I
Cool doesn't
want
like the
and
colour.
know how to cheer this cat up. The ears are wrong. The ears are a bit fucked, actually. But maybe the cat has weird ears. Maybe the art is fine. It picks a cat with weird ears. But you're right. The
Cat
a bit
ears are weird anyway. Cat ears are... You know they can point them backwards?
Yeah. And they can turn
Yeah,
their
the-
heads around 420 degrees.
When they see an Xbox 360.
Yeah, when they've taken a big vape hit.
Firecat.
You want
Fire.
this one? You want this one?
Golden necklace Firecat.
Ah, necklace. You're not in any way entranced by this cyan cat.
I don't think it goes with the somewhat cosmic collection you've been developing so far, as well as the necklace cat or the fire cat.
I don't know. I don't know.
The cyan cat feels like it fits in a different collection. I'm not saying don't get it, but I'm saying that the two more fractally cats complement your existing collection better.
Okay. The inbuilt Twitch polls go up to 5 options. So let's just try and select the 5 to put to chat. Cyan. I'll name that Cyan. This is Ifrit. I know Genie is probably easy to spell. Genie, necklace, Psycho, sad. Can this go in the running? I think it's too unpopular and won't win, so it might not be any point. But who else could go in? I guess this guy. I don't like it enough. I don't like it enough to put it in. I don't want to display it. No, I'm going to put in the ones that I would display, and those are those 5. Cyan, Genie, Necklace, Psycho, Fishwife. What about the one at the bottom, the bluish one? What, the fucking barrister, Oracle? You and me are not
No,
operating on
no.
the same wavelength here. This is the only bluish one on the bottom that I can see. I'm not putting the barrister in.
I think maybe Cyan Cat.
Okay. Velka cat, which means witch cat. Cyan, Genie, Necklace, Psycho, or Fishwife. And we'll do 2 minutes so people can think about their lives and opinions. Thought he was a cult leader. I wish. Oh, I think there's some nudie nude over there. I don't see any female nipples or ball bags, so I think maybe we can take a look. Yeah, I don't know. I think actually it's safe.
This is the limbs section.
Yes. As long as it's just limbs, it's PG-15. 15-year-olds can watch, but please be monitored.
If it was a Victorian 15-year-old, seeing a limb would be titillating in the extreme.
It would be a killable offence.
Jambud says no bums. No bums.
You're not allowed a bum.
No bum.
Hang on, let me quickly look and see if there's a bum. There's a bum. Okay,
There's a bum.
that exhibit is off. Okay, just need to angle the camera. Angle the camera until we've done with the cats, and then we will move on. I have to say, it's the time's flown by in here, and I think maybe we'll do we'll do one more bit of gallery, get one more painting, but then we're actually miles. We've still got a long way to go. How has this been fun? Would people like to spend more time here? This could be a real nice little low-key art hangout. It seems to be a good way of chatting about whatever, talking about art, looking at art. I've actually really enjoyed this. This could be a kind of night holy type thing. Because I think going at this rate, building a gallery is going to take fucking ages. But the experience of building it and making decisions is really fun.
I like the idea that you add a little bit each episode. That seems
Yeah.
nice to me.
So the last thing we'll do this episode is place our paintings. Probably won't do any decorating, but we'll place them, see them, and we'll come back another time. Bye. Okay, we have necklace. Okay, don't look at the bum.
Oh, bum. I'll close my eyes. Will you tell me when the bum's gone?
The bum's gone.
Okay.
Ooh.
I've opened them.
Do I like this? Oh, it's digital. A whimsical transhuman playground. This cityscape is a play in what a post-scarcity society might look like. What if there were a few design constraints and every citizen were a creator of some kind? Would natural harmonies arrive, or would it be a cacophonous clash of individuality? Would everything resemble an amusement park, or something else? Would it be so strange as to seem abstracted to us? And this is just the left half of a diptych, so this would have been, you know, like rather than being a single frame, it was like two connected paintings. There's some people riding a flipping teacup here. It's Alton Towers. They're going to ride that teacup into that guy's mouth.
Lovely cup of tea. Metropolitan expanse.
Well,
like Metropolitan, like Metropolitan.
I'm worried because in the description it said, like, if there was a transhumanist utopia, would everyone be involved in play? So this could be a play on words that inserts the word play into Metropolitan, which is really lame. That would make it such a bad title that it worsens the artwork.
I think you're judging this book by its cover a little
By its
bit.
title.
By its title.
I don't think I like it.
What don't you like about it, Sean?
Okay, I think I can put it into words. It is doing an interesting thing of, like, representing a question, which is like a fun thing to think about. This artwork is a question about what the future could look like. But in the pursuit of doing that, it's made something that doesn't look very nice to my eyes. There's not enough contrast to understand the geometry very easily, so it feels a bit cloudy and hard to pass, and I am finding that unpleasant on a just my eyes kind of way. And
I think
that's my opinion.
I think rather than a question, it's an answer, right? Because it hasn't caused you to ask the question, oh, what would it be like if everyone in the world had the capacity to design the world as they like it? It said, this is an image of how someone could design it, right?
Well, no,
So
I think it asked the questions because you're not supposed to understand the painting. And in looking at the painting, you're trying to understand the painting. Why are they riding the teacup into this guy's mouth? And then suddenly my mind is whirring. And I think, let's try and look around. And I go, what even is that? That looks like Minecraft. It looks like it's on a different resolution. Just something about the art seems technically not good on the eyes. And here, up in the right, maybe I'm misunderstanding or I'm not comprehending it correctly, but it looks poor. It's like the art becomes poor. The sharpness and the render feels like it was done differently here. The light and shadows and edges, like, don't feel they're part of the same picture as the dark contrast of this, like, pulsating. How do I point? Do I point like this? There's this thing here. This thing is different. Yeah. So I don't like it.
Do you think in the future someone's going to look at this and be like, "Oh, this is just a boring landscape," you know?
Yeah,
They'll be like,
spot
oh
on.
bloody hell!
Yeah.
Another bloody landscape.
Another photographer.
Oh, this is just someone's holiday pic. Oh, you've been to the infinite fractal world on
Yeah.
Halcyon 3?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
so's everyone.
Another Disney adult. I don't need to see you. Yeah, we've all been to Disneyland. We've all been in the teacup.
Do you get your picture with the crystal being? Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah, great. Am I the asshole because I rented the crystal being to turn up for our wedding and that meant I couldn't cater for the guests? Well, sorry. Our family just loves the crystal being. We grew up watching the crystal being.
Everyone's wandering around with matching T-shirts that say, "We love you, crystal being. If only Grandpa Joe Govo wasn't digitized, he'd love it here."
Crystal being, you were flawless. If only you'd done something about climate change. Other than that, spot on.
Did you hear about the creator of the crystal beings problematic beliefs?
Yeah, it's always the way, isn't it? Crystal being, obviously they don't bring that up. They don't bring up Song of the South anymore.
They hide behind the lovely, cuddly crystal being.
Yeah,
No one
we're all
expects
about Crystal Being now. The Crystal Being movie, the Crystal Being milkshakes.
Rowan Atkinson playing Crystal Bean.
Crystal Bean. Man versus Crystal Bean.
A man versus...
Baroness von Freytag Loringhoven. I feel like there's a story here. Unfortunately, it is not included. Can I add a description? What happens if I try? Does it let me? And that's correct, because I don't know.
Maybe you could imagine an explanation as a comment.
Oh, there's some words here. He had made the cat his own. He invented a style, a cat society. A whole cat would English cats that do not look and live like Lewis Swain cats are ashamed of themselves. H.G. Wells. Right, H.G. Wells was a big fan of the cats. I am happy because everyone loves me. That's cool.
The keeper of knowledge has knowledge. I'm going to dip out.
Then, thank you very much for coming in and sharing some cat opinions, and maybe with a kind of symmetry, if Josie Hypatia wants to tell us about Baroness Elsa, we can finish on that. I knew there'd be a story here. But I didn't know if I could reliably believe someone would know it, but I should have known better. I should have had faith.
Goodbye, friends.
Goodbye. CB's in the chat, please, for Catbox.
Hooray for Catbox!
And hooray for your return.
This was literally as soon as you started the stream and said, "Oh, I want to see some art and stuff." I thought, "Oh, he'd better find some Baroness von Elsa von Freytag Loringhoven. I love her. She's great."
Well, now you have a soapbox to tell everyone.
I won't keep you too long. The main thing to know about Baroness Elsa is that she was thoroughly ripped off by Duchamp with his urinal fountain. That was totally her idea, and he stole it off her.
Oh, no, I have heard about her.
Yeah.
And this
and
is
I
of the
believe
same vein.
the middle bit there, this pipe, right? If I'm getting it right, this pipe was I forgot which artist, but there was an artist who she went round to the house of, and he said, "Oh, have you been doing any sculpture stuff recently?" And she ran off into his kitchen, ripped out the drainage pipe from under his sink, brought it back in and said, "Here's my new piece. It's called God."
I like that.
She's a queen. She's a queen. She also
Hang
writes
on, how does she
really-
rip that off? How do you rip this off? It looks like it's been actually severed there.
Yeah, I mean, this is the story in brief as I know it. I mean, I'm not going into any more detail.
This is Hulk levels.
Yeah, I
Also-
mean, yeah. Let's just imagine she's buff as and she's got in there.
Not just buff ass, but destroyed this sink, right?
I mean, look at the quality of it though. That's old metal. That'll just come
that's-
off in your hands.
Oh, what, you think it'll be like plasticine? I think old metal's probably tougher
I
now.
have obviously contracted the story for brevity. I believe she probably had a tool that she used to remove the drainage U-bend from the sink. But yeah, she did. She just nicked it from a friend's sink and called it God, and it's one of her best pieces of sculpture. But yeah, she also designed her own clothes and would just fanny about looking weird in her funny clothes. She also wrote really, really good, very visceral, experimental concrete poetry, which I've got a big book of over there to my right. And yeah, another strong recommendation. Go and find Baroness Elsa's work. She's great.
Thank you very much. Yes, I didn't remember the name, but I think a name like Baroness Elsa von Freytag-Loringhoven either
And she did,
stays
yeah,
in forever or bounces off
Every
your
now and again, people rediscover that Duchamp's fountain was nicked off her and go, "Oh well, feminism. She should be more well known." Well, just remember about her each time you learn this.
Something I didn't do, but I tell you what, I've bought it. I've bought God.
Good on you. Okay, I am satisfied. I feel that art has been achieved. I will leave you again. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Bye.
Have a lovely evening. All right, let's go hang what we've got. Hang on, actually, I think we've done the gallery. I think I would like to leave some kind of a note. Can we also afford the picture of her? Yeah, we can. I feel like I want to display someone's work rather than a picture of the artist. I don't know, just something. It doesn't do it for me, and I just want art in there rather than photographs of artists. I don't know if that makes sense. We know where it is. I just specifically want the God thing. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly. I want to finish off the gallery and then hang. Also, this was just a little bit of fun, but like, oh, I think I've got quite a good hit rate for finding weird little things lately. But this is legitimately introducing me to some really interesting art. I'll claim that isn't art. Bad language choice. I mean, like, well, I don't know what I mean. I'm sure whatever I say will be precise. I mean, pieces, works. I don't know what I mean. It looks quite nice. It's early 1900s Joan of Arc, but it doesn't really do anything for me. This is nicer. This is actually significantly nicer. It reminds me of like old French posters that people would have. Oh, this is French. Yeah, I was getting a tarot vibe. I do like. I have to say, I don't even know what this is called, but you know these kind of border stuff, this kind of abstract borders. I'm a big fan of that, and generally arabesques type stuff. In general, geometric. Well, actually, just genuine geometric Arabic art during the time when it was haram to depict living beings, so they just went geometry then. And all that stuff's good. It's nice. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Nouveau, Art Nouveau, yes. And sometimes Art Nouveau is good. Like, it's nice in its own way. And I don't even know why I don't like it. This I like a lot more. This I like a lot more. I don't know why. I just don't know how to explain why I have certain opinions. I think I like it way more because it's a poster and it's Österreich auf der Weltaufstellung Paris. So Austria of the Jamba, do you know what Weltaufführung is? Österreich Reichhaus, that's the town hall. Wiener restaurant, Viennese restaurant. Ehrensaal, Saal might be hall. Ehren's hall. Hunter's hall. Tiroler Ansitz, don't know what that means. Anvil Siemenshalke, part of that's just a name, I think. Krupp Riekelsvanheim. I think they're just like fancy buildings. Austria World Exhibition. But it also, oh, I see. Well, I don't know because it says it's in Paris. Poster Austria at the World Exhibition in Paris. Okay. It was some sort of Austrian representation at the World Exhibition. But I like this a lot. I think for some reason it's the mixture of that Art Nouveau figure, but mixed in with it being a poster with some architecture on it. Don't know why. But I like it. Not enough to hang it, of course. Museum, Iona's Room, Rostov Veliki. The artist is Sergei Prokhodin-Gorsky. And it looks to be a collection of antiques. Maybe some of these are very old. Do you know what this could use? And I don't know if it supports it, but like just a plaque or something that's just full of info about what this collection is and why. And this is another image of a studio made by a different artist. And this is an image of a prisoner. A little prisoner. The beginning of Dark Souls 1. I quite like this. I quite like this. And also the texturing. The texturing of that wall going up. I love it. Thank you, Sharble. A few more of those and you might get forgiven. I love this. I love this place. Talk about chiaroscuro. Tell me what that means. I'm living to learn. I'm having a great time. The title is Sex. The artist is some people under there are doing. You know what? You know what I mean. There's some people under there. Very erotic. Can't go in my gallery, I'm afraid. Some perspective. Ghost Chamber with Tall Door by Paul Klee. Fine. Oh, you like lines? Okay, let's give you a bit longer with lines then. It is sprayed and brushed watercolour transferred onto printing in on paper bordered with gouache ink and mounted on cardboard. Huh, interesting. I love this. I love this. I love Occupy White Walls. I love being here. I want to do more streams here. We've got to make our gallery. We've got to upload every piece of artwork from Meme Machine into here. No matter the cost. I would like to know how popular this is. Is this going to take off? You know, this got a write-up in NME, but that doesn't actually mean people are going to give a shit. This looks like old art. 1890. Symbolic head. It's oil on paper. Odilon Redon. I quite like it. I quite like it. Here's another head. This one's in a bowl. Okay. Skull Barbecue. Cauldron of the Sorceresses. 1879. Charcoal. I quite like, you know, it gives you quite a lot of information in the medium on like what it is and how it was made. Melancholy. Ooh, now this one is nice. This one is very nice. Do you know, if we did melancholic, this could go next to the sad cat. This could live side by side. This is again charcoals and gouache with pastel and black chalk and touches of stumping. I don't know what that is. It's a chimera. It's a little guy. I love him. It's a little guy. I'm going to come back to him. Part of me just says click buy, but I want to... Oh, we're going into fairy tales. The Chariot of the Sun. It's Apollo. Apollo's horses are very big. And they seem quite naughty. Oh, another friend maybe? Yes. Yes, it is another friend. The friend is here. Strange little flower, sister of the poor. I love it. It's strange little flower, little sister of the poor. Not a friendly expression, though. Not here to muck around. Not here to blow me some little kisses. Okay, we got some little eldritch things coming up. Ah, a strange little goblin. This is Caliban. Oh, what? Hang on. Caliban from The Tempest. Is that the name of the guy from The Tempest? Fair enough. And then I think we got a Cyclops. I like... Do you know what? You always see the Cyclops and the eye is just in the middle of where a human's eye would be. Way better to put it here. That's way better. But then how does he smell? Big smiling, really kissable lips there. Bums. Bums. I quite like this one. Oh, it's not bums. Actually, I can't tell. I almost feel like there's two people there, but then I can't really work out. I can't really work out which way they're facing or anything. But I like the colours, right? I also like that the Cyclops... The Cyclops is like... flipping nuts, right? Cyclops is a big nuts killing guy. Not nuts. I think the Cyclops is... It's just like a big person. And I can't really remember why they stab him in the eye. I can't really remember what their beef was. I don't really remember the Odyssey. Horrid picture. Oh, you mean the Ripley's Cyclops was horrid. But anyway, my point is, this represents imminent death, right? And this really wonderful, especially quite purple and blue colourfulness, combined with like this thing. This is like Attack on Titan. This is great. I want it. It's going in. Sorry, gang, but I'm a colour addict. Alright, here we go. Boring, boring art here. Boring, boring, boring art. Boring, fucking boring, boring art. A bunch of French people, not a guillotine in sight. Look at it. Dukes and ladies on their swings. The revolution is coming. Don't swing too high. Don't swing too high, Monsieur. No. We do not like images of the 18th century French aristocracy having a laugh. Unless it's done with obvious foreshadowing and a cheeky little child with a guillotine marching up the hill. Chucky from Child's Play marching up the hill with a guillotine. Saw from Saw trapping all the little dukes in a urinal until they cut each other's legs off. I think we might be done with the gallery. Unless... Haha. Easter egg. Bonus. Psyche showing her sister her gifts from Cupid. Do you know, this kind of nonsense I can get on board with. Everyone's having a laugh. Everyone's a flipping god. There's just cherubs everywhere. This person's going to throw some snakes or something. Incredible. Incredible. Those Olympians knew how to live. I think that's it. I think we've visited an art gallery and that's taken up a whole evening. Thank you very much for your company, your voting decisions. We're going to decorate now, and then. Okay, I've accidentally clicked something, and okay, run is back on. Tempo has returned. Do you think there are any more little secrets? I don't think so. I mean, I think this is a waste of time, but the very suggestion I could reach this bit of ice out here is quite exciting. Yeah, do you know what? That's probably the best way for me to explain my excitement of this place. This art gallery has had a higher hit rate for stuff that I found interesting than maybe any other art gallery I've ever been to in real life. Can we find anything about who made the gallery? Okay, I can literally go so far away that I can go on these ice things. Did go in here trigger that? What? What does that mean? It's an installation. If you come out to the ice, it just plays some different music. This is amazing. Yeah. I feel Death Stranded. Hang on. Okay, I have to learn how far you can go. Can I buy a chunk? I don't know. You know, there were some galleries that said that they were sculpture parks. But obviously, given what we've seen, it looks like... You know, it looks like really it's flat images that have been scanned. So what does a sculpture park look like? I guess we'll find out. But yeah, do you know the possibility to make an art gallery that's a bit more like a video game? I mean, I don't know if there's much jumping or whatever, but the idea that you could like hide some art, like again, I have not played around enough to know, but you could put a painting all the way back here and just not tell anyone, and they just have to find it by just running all the way over here. Yeah, thank you, Sharbel. You took us here. And then apologised for expressing the opinion before we even arrived. Okay, we've left that bit of music. Hello, Fluffweasel, how are you? Does this warrant Sharbel's forgiveness? What does the rest of chat think? Does taking us to this gallery warrant forgiveness for Sharbel? How many people are willing to sponsor Sharbel's forgiveness? If we get 4 sponsors, then I'll forgive. Ah, alas. Not everything can be good. Okay, I'm going to go towards this bit of ice, but then we'll head back in. Okay, Sharbel is sponsored. Let me bring up my enemies list. Okay, this should be updated. There we go. You've been forgiven for art. Yeah, as an exhibition, perhaps it was a little bitty, but to be honest, which maybe isn't something you want in a real space, but in a digital space, I feel like it's more agreeable. Oracle, you're only saying that because you're a double enemy. I feel like you're talking like a tried and true double enemy. I wish I could run much faster. I do regret coming to the very edge of the world, but also, isn't it nice and fun that the art gallery is just tiny and I can observe it from a distance? Double negative is positive. No, you're just very, very negative. But you've misunderstood again. You know, you can teleport, thank you, Rickard. However, this is an art gallery, and I think it would be wrong to teleport. Nice about the stupid cat pics. Oracle? You know, you can denigrate me all you like, but Lewis Wayne has done nothing to you. Yeah. The Virgin Teleporter versus the Chad just running back in silence for ages. Okay, so when I looked at my own gallery, there was a reception desk. And this looks to be one here. Imperfect blue, wonderful, beautifully done, very high level of polish. I especially like the use of slanted gas ceilings. I loved everything here. Great work. Okay, what should we write here? What should we write? What are people's thoughts and feelings? If people just want to give me some sentences, we'll string them all together, and that will be our guest book entry. I legitimately, genuinely, I mean, maybe spending more time here, we'll find out that there's some bad thing wrong with it, and we'll develop some criticisms of it. Based on this snapshot, I think this is a really lovely idea. Leave your Twitch. Nah, that feels gross. That feels gross. I enjoyed the things, especially the good ones. Most of them looked like geese to me, but that's okay because I love geese. Smiley face. And then no one suggests anything else, especially not anything about forgiveness. I had the best night this week with friends here. What? Baroness Elsa rules, Marcel Duchamp drools. Any exciting art finds? Loads. In fact, we're just about to hang up our finds here. Laub, your sentiment is good, but it's very similar to just saying it was the best night with friends here. Very broad session that provoked thought, discussion, and with our group. Do you know what? That's a bit more in depth, isn't it? I had the best night this evening. A broad selection that provoked thought, discussion, and entertainment with my group of friends. I regret walking to the very edge of the world, but that is my own fault. Done. A long reply, and people can reply to our replies, so maybe when we come back next time, you know, we'll be in discussions with people. Sorry, Catbox Man, I miss my wife. I'll have to go in the next place. Now let's head back home and hang up our art. Why does Duchamp drool? Because Duchamp copied Baroness Elsa, whose sculpture god we will be hanging up shortly, or you know, a photograph of the sculpture. Well, I don't feel like I have a lot of space. I've got 3 walls here. I guess this is a wall. Maybe I don't know the rules about hanging, but okay, if we say this is the reception, let's make it.
I am Ross Geller from Friends. I illegally procured the hip horn of a Diplodocus. We were on a break. 9/11. What's that? I love dinosaurs.
Thank you for popping by, Ross Geller from Friends. If we assume this is the way in, we can think, what should greet people, and how easy is it to hang and move things. So our art, it's only 7 paintings, but my god do I love them all. I think maybe... we can put them in this kind of inventory style hotbar at the bottom. And then maybe that will... I sort of think these guys belong together. And my instinct tells me that the zoetrope feels nice on the stairs because stairs is movement, you know? Oh, and then these two these things exist in some kind of opposition, right? I know it's not the cleverest thing to make them face each other. I think Loud might be saying this is cringe, but you know, this is my first day and I haven't, by my own admission, given it a lot of thought. How do I pick it back up? Yeah, should we bottleneck the stairs even further by putting this next to it, just because they're both, you know, sepia? It's I'm probably not doing things in a very clever way. These have a similar colour palette. These have a similar colour palette, and these are diametrically opposed in a place where they feel nicely framed against each other. Maybe this isn't a stupid. Maybe I feel I'm just feel nervous. You know, Laub's here thinking about me. Laub's going to say something. Nice. I got the back in a Laub. Well, we've got one thing left, and it's this. We could put it here because this feels like a, you know, a focal point wall, and it's by the same artist, so it being here makes some sense. We also could just pop it somewhere else. Just Rickard's here. I've earned a friend. I mean, thank you very much for popping in, Rickard. But I do like it that real people can come in and you see people in real time looking at stuff. This is cool. This is quite cool, interesting way to engage with art. Just pop it at the end. I think I will, you know. You don't want to get to the end and then this focal point's empty. This feels kind of justified. I think these hovering bits are suggestions, and I'm not going to worry too much about. I think I could also replace, for instance, that looks reasonably central, but actually this could be... Sorry, Rickard, I'm going to move this very, very slightly. Oh, I haven't. An emote! I didn't know you could do that. Oh, I don't know how to move things. Oh, there are chat rooms. One is about sharing galleries you like. One is a global chat of everyone who's online. One is a chat that's just in your gallery. So I could probably say hello. One is help. And then one is art. Huh. This seems cool. I'm gonna spend more time here, I think. Yeah, you just talk in the gallery. This is cool. Well, I think this is a logical jumping off point. I will try and schedule some more of this at some point. I like this a lot. I think it's very cool. This is just a nice way to spend an evening. And people would be up for more of this as well. If I were to... I'd like to put this in rotation somehow. Where's the Sleepy Cat outro? Maybe next time. I need to play more Stray as well. I've always got more things in rotation than is sensible. Absolutely. Don't feel that something has to be your area of expertise to jump into the chat. People are just invited to pop on and talk about whatever they like. Like, I'm happy to have one in future where people just come and talk about whatever's on their mind and the art is incidental. Great. Then this has been a lot of fun. Let's land back in the lodge. And I will start closing down. Tomorrow we have the hat game. We'll be returning. Thank you for everyone who has submitted hats thus far. One thing I may not have mentioned for new hat gamers is if you submit any hats, you will receive some automatic points towards your score as a kind of inducement to submit. I'm honoured to say that we have managed to break that sponsorship with Dr. I was going to say it. Me saying this doesn't mean you're allowed to say it, but we have broken our contract with Dr. Piss. That is now a thing of the past. We are now, I'm very glad to announce, sponsored by Dr. Plem, the hot drink of choice. Oracle Truth, you cannot say Dr. Piss. Time out, Oracle. just got a timeout. Just lots of timeouts coming in. Timeout Sharble Garble. I'm probably just going to take Sharble Garble off of the forgiveness list. Unforgiven for saying Dr. Piss. And Oracle of Truth is now triple enemy. Sorry, everyone. What do you want me to do? I make the rules as clear as I can. The hat game is tomorrow evening. Be there or get wrecked. We have many hats that we can still submit more hats. Come to the Discord, send me a DM, ask about the hat game. Is it points per hat submitted? Just for having submitted, you get a tiny little boost to your starting score. It should not be enough to give you too fair of an advantage, but it also, by putting that into the rules, it's ensured we're always got a healthy amount of hats.
Anonymous tipped £5. Dr. Piss.
Well, thank you so much, Anonymous, for the £5. I have to say, I question your choice of message, but because you're anonymous, I cannot punish you. And whoever's done it, very clever. It looks like by giving me money in that way, you are the ultimate winner, and I am the loser. Thank you. Where are we going? Where are we going? I don't see many of my regulars on. We could go to Granny Savage, who's doing some tarot readings. We went there once when we were interested in learning more about tarot. I don't know. Where do you want to go? Granny Savage, do you want some tarot? This is your last day as Hat Champion. Pete, are you champion by 2 victories or 1? Is enemy scale a natural number scale? I'm just not intelligent enough to understand that question. I'm just not smart enough. And I don't think it really matters. You know? I don't think in the fullness of life it really matters. I will see, hopefully, many of you tomorrow evening for the hat game. It is astounding, but people do win. People somehow succeed. Goodbye, everyone. Good night. Be well. Be happy. Or through whatever means you need. And above all, how is it going? Whole numbers all the way, Stevies. Good night and goodbye.